Want to open the Committee of Committees meeting for November 16, 2021, at 7 p.m. And if you can take roll call.
Yep, I have committee members, Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
Nathan Maz,
Here.
Jen Christensen,
Here.
Bill Mukisi.
Here.
I have committee member and President Pro Tem William Luxinger.
Here.
President Rick Worm is absent. Treasurer Brenda Onabany.
Here.
Clerk Sandy Monson here and Public Works Supervisor Brett Berge.
Here.
Consideration for the minutes for October 19th, 2021 Committee of
Oh.
Committee.
I'll make a motion to approve October 19, 2021 Committee of Committees minutes.
I'll second.
Jen made a motion to approve the October 19th, 2021 Committee of Committee meeting minutes. John seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William.
Yeah. Motion passed at 7:01. The reports. Under the president is the fuel and water report. Any discussion on those? Hearing none, moving on to the clerk. In the packet is the FOIA report.
Yeah.
I think there was one entry. Anybody have a question on that? Moving on to the discussion of the 2022 proposed meeting date calendar.
Go for it, William.
Okay. I just had a very brief discussion. I'm curious to know what the board's opinion is or thoughts on reducing the number of meetings a month. I think 4 for our size village is kind of excessive, and I've been on the board like 10 years.
Are you thinking of like taking away a committee meeting?
Many municipalities, to be honest, I don't know many that meet 4 times a month, every Tuesday.
Yeah, I did.
Most meet 2, some meet 1. I'd be fine with just eliminating 1 committee meeting. I think we meet, to be honest, this committee meeting tonight probably could have been canceled. I don't think there's anything on the agenda but this. This could have been discussed last week or next week. So it saves on the full-time employees having to come in. It saves on just all around.
Well, I've talked about this before, but it didn't go anywhere. And I'm glad to see that maybe some changes could be made. I'd be happy with that.
It doesn't deter the fact that we,
I mean, we could, if something comes up that we have to call an extra meeting, you can call a special meeting, you know that.
48-hour notice for stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And it doesn't diminish our ability to pay our bills twice a month. But if we want to move forward with the possible change, we'd have to send us back for Sandy to redraw dates and eliminate one of the committees or something else and come up with another proposal. But I'd be in favor of shortening the number of meetings, or we eliminate, one of the committees in the months where we have less work, where we're not doing budget meetings and stuff, i.e. like November.
Could we do that
Wouldn't it be,
month by month?
wouldn't it be easier just to
How many we're
plan
gonna
them all and just cancel as needed? Saves the work of having to.
So we're a municipality that doesn't have any who do not have any media that has requested our meeting information. So for me to post a special meeting isn't a huge deal either. So it's really up to you guys whether you want to have the meetings and add them as special or just remove them. I will say that the second committee meeting, which is this meeting, tends to be our slower one because we try to push everything for the engineers and the attorneys in the first 2, and then our admin meeting is typically bills. And so you could always start by just removing this third meeting of the month, the second committee meeting, and add it as needed.
Sounds good to me.
What was that?
I said, sounds good to me.
I'm in favor.
You're in favor?
So which one are you,
Sure.
which one are you taking away?
The third.
The
meeting
proposal
of
would
the
be
month.
eliminating the 3rd meeting of the month, which would be the second committee meeting.
Yes.
I don't know, I'd have to think about it.
Because you could that meeting could be longer once.
I'd actually like to hear Rick's proposal anyway, so I would just say we redraft it and bring it back next week.
Okay.
No, what I don't want to do is overload one meeting.
No, because then it
Not
doesn't.
that it's been that busy lately, but I'm just saying.
I agree.
I was talking to William beforehand. It's easier on the staff to have one or two large meetings than 4 small ones, because we're doing the same preparation work for the meetings, but in smaller increments. And so less meetings is actually easier on us, even though it means that it's a longer meeting, but hopefully it would be a more productive.
I can
meeting.
recall, and John might,
You know,
Sandy might, I can recall 10:30 meetings.
Oh, yeah.
I
Every-
don't want
I
to
was-
go
They
back
are
to that.
not
Yeah.
fun.
No.
I was gonna
What-
say, when I first got on, we had long.
Yeah,
meetings.
but like last
Okay.
week was a 9-minute meeting. There could have been more things discussed.
No, I get that. And
Okay.
with the, actually, I'm sure with a smaller budget, they're gonna be a little.
how about proposing that you can leave all the committee meetings on there, but when we don't need them, you can just cancel them in advance.
But who's making that call?
Who's making the determination?
You know what I'm saying?
But who's making
Right.
that call?
Depend on how much work you had.
Wouldn't-
Yeah. In other words, if you don't have that much going on,
No.
why just,
Or how
cancel
about,
that meeting.
William, I'd be in favor of that.
We need,
Did you say Rick had a proposal as well?
no.
Oh, he just has.
No, I said that, if they needed, if we didn't really have anything on the agenda to meet for, then Rick could just, cancel the meeting. I assume you could send out a text and it wouldn't be a huge deal. But I mean, are you saying that would be a problem for him to make that decision?
I don't always have the ability to communicate timely with him. And so sometimes the meetings are had and agendas are posted simply due to the timeliness.
Okay.
So it sounds like the better way would just be create a special meeting if needed.
Yeah, and I'm gonna speak kind of for Rick here, but it's you guys, it's your meeting. And so for him to make that decision, one of you might have been like, no, I
Oh.
need something on that agenda.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's not gonna be a group.
How about this? Do we have to create the entire calendar year?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
yes.
Well, if we can't come to a decision, then just do them all, we'll cancel them.
Well, I was gonna say,
Cancel
we
it,
can do
you know,
6
it's-
months without the third meeting and see where
Sure.
it goes, but
I can change it during the middle of the year, so we can always
Oh,
try it without, and then if I need to change it, we can, because we did do that when we switched from committee of the whole to committee of committees, we switched mid-year. So that can be done.
You know, when
think
they-
about it, let's discuss next week.
That's,
in the winter time, it's a little more busy for us. But in the summertime, it seems like it gets a little lax, you
All
know?
the way around,
Yeah.
Back-
Yeah, well,
All
I
the
don't
way
know,
around.
it depends.
yeah, as seen by the.
You know what I'm
Summer
saying?
here.
the end of the fiscal year. Well, that comes in the beginning of summer or the spring,
Yeah.
whatever you wanna call it. So that's gonna be your busier time and,
And then the
I just know
construction
that
season.
I don't wanna stay till 10 o'clock, but, I clearly, I'm sure today there isn't much on the agenda and we probably could have skipped it, which would have been fine with me.
I'll think about it. I won't make any changes to what's proposed for right now, and I'll just put it up for discussion again. We do have a few weeks before it has to be finalized. So,
Treasures, or human,
Sorry, I just wanted, is that a state, what is that?
this, it's
That
a,
requires you to have.
oh, yeah, there's a state law that requires us to publish our yearly meeting dates
Open
prior
Meetings
to the
Act.
beginning of the meeting,
Alright.
or
Is that what,
year.
yeah, I figured the open meeting.
I think it's the open meeting.
I think it is too.
And then, like she said, it would be more of a burden if we had a predetermined list of reporters or news media that wanted to be known, because then you have to notify them when you cancel meetings or create special meetings, but as of right now, to my
We don't
knowledge,
have
we don't
any.
have any on file.
All right.
Moving on to the treasures and human resources.
I have nothing right now.
Sounds good. Moving on to community development and events.
I am planning the holiday winter drive-through for December 4th. Yeah, I've seen, well, all the boxes that were out here that just finally came today that I hauled up or loaded into my vehicle, but it will be a drive-through with Santa. And the hours are gonna be 3 to 5 PM.
Board and social media.
I believe I already.
It
saw
is, the
go
only thing we were
out.
missing out on was the time, and I finally got that confirmed.
And I think I saw either something that's already posted or it's scheduled to be posted, including an event was created so that people
Yeah.
can like it and hopefully.
She had put it, she just
Turn
didn't have the
out.
time on it.
Yep.
And then I have the blood drive scheduled for December 30th. And I just got my email material and I don't know what time they scheduled it for. I didn't read it yet. I do know it's the 30th of December.
Did they send you any marketing materials?
Yes, I just got that email. That's why I said I haven't
Okay.
went through it.
If you see anything good for social media, can you just forward it on?
Yeah, I did. They sent me like the PDF for like the flyers and stuff like that. And I saw that she emailed me and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get to that.
That's fine.
That's all I have.
Under the finance, I do not have anything.
Correct.
Moving on to ordinance enforcement.
Let's see, I really don't have anything. The only comment, a neighbor, a resident, I should say, came by today and saw me. And they stopped, they said that there was trash in the water flow and, you know, they said it was from the garbage or whatever. And I looked and it was all clear. And I said, we'll certainly keep an eye on it. It was from Autumnwood North down to the next stop sign in the streets. So I told him that, you know, we try to do what we can when we see it, but we aren't, you know, the wind is out of our control.
Every garbage day, there's a bunch of garbage because it all gets blown around. And people's garbage cans get blown over and all the rest. I have to pick it up in my yard every week.
Well, yeah, I was
Bill?
saying people don't pick it up. They just let the rain take it or whatever.
Well,
Can you
that,
please, Bill, can you please stop clicking your pen in the recording? You can hear that.
oh, you can't.
Yes.
I couldn't hear.
Nope. Ken Deal is my biggest culprit of it of all time, but yes, please stop
Okay.
clicking.
And we will take care of Junction Road. We're a little busy right now trying to get catch basins cleaned out, but we always police Junction Road for trash, 72 for trash. So we'll take care of it before the end of the week.
Until after tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Just, that'll be a whole new bag.
Anything else, Bill?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right, Parks,
Nothing, unless Nate sent something in. I didn't see.
streets,
The other thing I have is that, so they inspected the ditches for those 4 houses that currently being built on.
They have no idea what you're talking about because I don't share those.
Chris, will you move towards your mic, please?
Sure. I was earlier. I just got relaxed. Sorry. There's Matt Hanson from Willett Hoffman sent an email out about the ditch inspections for apparently the 4 houses that are,
So you're missing the first half of the story. So the Harvest Glen is building 4 homes on the back end, and as a part of their settlement agreement, they have to have the ditch inspections done prior to the homes closing. And so I did ask Matt to go ahead and take care of that, as Harvest Glen has informed me that they were ready to have those completed. So Matt has sent those out. I have not looked at them, but that's what those
Oh,
are for.
my question was just gonna be, I didn't, you know, cause I live close to them,
Yeah.
whatever. I didn't know that they were that close to being done.
Yes.
I actually haven't seen much of it because now there are houses in the way, but I didn't think that was gonna be my question. That are there, so they're almost ready to be occupied, those 4 houses?
part of
There,
the CO process.
No.
if I
Yeah,
remember
it
from the
is.
Settlement agreement.
it
I'm-
is.
I was
I'm
gonna say,
sorry.
they
I'm sorry.
blacktopped the driveways last week.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can smell that. No, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Fergie?
Well, I just said 2 of them haven't even been rough framed yet.
Yeah.
So
All right.
They're open basements.
Yep,
Alright.
they're just concrete.
Yeah,
based.
they're, I think they're attempting to get the work done prior to the
Yes.
snowfall so that they can continue forth with COs during the winter months.
All right.
Yeah.
So they already have yards in or no?
I
No.
have
No.
not gotten that
All right.
far.
All
No.
right,
I do one step at a time.
all right. Well, then everybody knows now that they've done a ditch inspection.
Yeah, I typically don't share those with the board unless
That's all right.
there's something wrong with them.
I just wanted to know how far they were along.
I haven't.
As
driven
far
out
as
there
I
to
know,
look.
those are the only 4 that they're working on, but there might be more.
I haven't driven out there to look.
Oh, all right. All right. Oh, anything for us for streets?
No.
There you go.
Well done.
Done.
Utilities,
There is a very tiny leak, I guess, a manageable leak in our filtration system at the, what was that, the well house? Is that
Well
what it's
one.
called? Well one. And we have notified people for bids and things to either fix, replace, like multiple options. So they're out right now for for explanation and checking and to see how bad it is and all that fun stuff. So I just want to bring it to the board that there's something that's going on. There's nothing, I mean, we don't have,
Where's it leaking from?
well, from the looks of it, it lit base. I mean, from the outside, you know, there's a concrete where it kind of meets up. It kind of looks like it's oozing out in a couple spots there. But it's, I mean, it's a trickle, not a pour. It's, you know, it's a, I mean, when I was in there, it was looked, I don't know if it was just cleaned up, but it wasn't very bad. So,
Yeah, it's a small but steady.
but steady leak, yeah. So it's something that is gonna be, need to be fixed at some point. So we're kind of figuring out options of whether it's best to fix it, you know, put a Band-Aid on it now and then schedule something for another time, or to replace it altogether. You know, this way we will have all the options when the time comes.
Did,
So,
did you call a couple of companies? It's not a full RFP, right?
No. Right now, what it is we had a company called West Tech come out. We had a rep from there come out and basically we did a tank inspection. We determined that it's basically coming out from the bottom plate of the tank, the welded on steel plate. So Matt Hansen and the gentleman from West Tech, Tom Dumbaugh, and myself, and then talking with Nathan, we're basically kind of researching our options. Can we do a temporary fix? How long will that last? Do we need to lift the tank up, cut the bottom plate out, weld a new plate on? Right now, we're in the beginning stages of this to try to figure out. The only company, I guess, would be West Tech that we're talking to try to get some different pricing on whatever options we have. We don't even know. So
When are they coming?
they've already been here. West Tech's already been here. We met last week and he did his inspection on it.
Just waiting on the report.
So yes, now it's kind of Matt Hansen and Tom kind of going back and forth. What's our best option?
What are the chances that this turns into an emergency expenditure?
I cannot answer that question.
Well, little leaks usually
So-
become big leaks, so.
Yes,
so
I
Canyon started with the little
I-
leak,
That's
right?
kind of what I'm thinking.
I have informed Matt and I talked again today. I told him, I said, I do not want this to stall out. I said, I want this ball to continue rolling. So that way we at least have options when the time comes here. So it is a work in progress.
Yeah, Brett, with this new program that the residents can pick if they want, you know, if they have water leaks and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Okay,
Service line warranty, yes.
yeah. Would we ever have a need for this service for the village itself if something's leaking, or is this out of the scope of that?
Work for us.
Wouldn't be. No, I don't want to speak out of turn unless you, Nathan. Go ahead.
No, I mean, as far as I know, that program isn't offered to the village itself. It's a resident program. We don't have an insurance program that I'm aware of that covers this type of thing. There's not we can't
We are the
insure for
insurance
30 years. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, they come with warranties when you purchase them from the manufacturer, but
Right.
this is past its kind of
Absolutely. yes.
warranty or shelf life
This is
per
20 years,
se.
20
Anyway, so we're on, I don't know, borrowed time or granted time right now with
Mhm.
the tank that's there. So it's not necessarily that, you know, this is just something that happens eventually, and we're in the eventually part right now, and we're trying to figure out what the next step will be to best suit our needs, you know, whether, like you said, replace the whole thing, put a Band-Aid on it and fix the leak somehow, you know, or whatever we can do that's the best option when time comes. So right now, we just need to be in what are our options and what are the costs, so we can figure out what next.
Well, it's probably easier to fix in the summertime than the winter.
I mean, maybe they have,
Or
who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows? I mean, they may have availability all of a sudden, then that's the best time, so.
that's it, thanks.
Yep, and then SCADA project is continuing, right? Like. we're
Yes,
still on-
yes, sorry.
No, you're
Basically, just like a lot of people in the world, we're waiting on parts that we have no idea when they're gonna get here. So Bill, the gentleman that basically is gonna do the work for us, he's kind of got to the point where he can't really do anymore until he has the equipment to actually come out on site and start working. So he's keeping us kind of posted and, you know, what's showing up, when it's showing up, but we're just on hold waiting for parts.
Can we touch base about that so that when the Illinois Department of Commerce asks me again, I've got more information to give them? Because I've already pushed back the project once with them.
When do you need to know, or when do we need to have notification?
Once a month, they send me a survey based
Okay.
upon the projects that we're doing.
Mm.
And this particular project was scheduled to start months ago.
Yeah.
And so then they started then they did start it, but they started it off-site. They only care about the dollar amount of what's installed on-site. And so they changed our opening month to October in the hopes that maybe we'd have some installation in October. So I just need to know, we can discuss outside the meeting. I just need to know what the new plan is so that I can tell them to push back the install date.
Get product in, that's.
Yeah, keep
that's
pushing-
her plan.
I know.
Keep pushing it back. That's all I can tell you right now. So,
I
yep,
know, but
You can't fix it without the.
yep.
yeah,
So,
but I mean,
but yeah,
like 2 months? Like, because otherwise they're gonna keep asking me and I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
telling them zero
Yeah.
and then they get suspicious.
yeah,
and then
I
they-
can talk with you tomorrow, but like I said, nobody knows.
That's
That's
fine.
horrible time right now.
And that is all I have.
You know, I lied. I have something else. I just forgot about it. I can wait. That's fine. No, I can't. I
Go
don't
ahead.
matter to me. You know, I got an email from Willett Hoffman that, the managing partner for Rockford, the new guy that we just got about a year ago. Has it even been a year?
No,
Not quite, almost
No,
maybe.
He's apparently moving on from Willett Hoffman, so while Corey's gone and took over another office, Aaron is now leaving and we're going to have a third person. Before Aaron left, though, we had asked him about a couple projects, which includes the A1 coverage for Edson. That's right, Fergie?
Yes, that is correct.
And he gave us a proposal for that and another proposal for Junction Way rehabilitation, reconstruction. And can I forward that to you, Sandy, and you could send it to the board?
already
member?
done. Would you like it in the board packet for next week for discussion?
Or you could just, yeah, sure.
Okay.
You know, maybe you could just send them the email and everybody can see it, because I don't think we're really in a position where we're gonna start talking about projects for the next fiscal year yet. I don't know.
I can put
You
it in
can
there
be.
for informational purposes. It's easier for me to keep track of these things by keeping them in packets. So I can even just put it in the packet as an informational only.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You know, so that everybody can see the proposals and the rest. You know, I'm sorry, did Matt Hansen have it on his list of projects for the concrete portion, near the fireplace?
Fire department, yes.
Yes, that's what I say, fireplace?
Yeah.
Near the fire department?
Yes.
I was thinking that they're,
I don't know if he had that.
I
on
thought it
his-
was in the packet from.
Might have been,
first of
but
the month,
we,
where,
All of
Okay.
the projects that you requested or that were sent in Aaron's final email were also in there.
oh, I didn't see that, because I didn't see that
Okay.
portion.
because we've never had the details on what needed to be done in front of the fire station until now.
Oh, all right.
Basically with ADA requirements and everything else, this,
Yeah, I think it was just more generic. These are the projects you need. 'cause
Correct.
There were no dollar amounts
Correct.
in there or anything.
Correct.
so You didn't have that information.
All right.
yes.
You know what, maybe he did put the rest.
Yeah, all your projects are in there.
All right,
now.
well, then that'll work. That's perfect.
Okay.
And that's so just for, you know, your reading material, because I'm sure you'll have some need to read something.
Anything else, Chris?
No. I wanted to think about.
I'm still finished.
Still finished.
Yeah.
All right. Unfinished business, Verizon.
No, I did talk to the attorney last week and he said that they haven't had any additional communication, but they're gonna continue their monthly thing. Just to keep our legal position solid or whatever, I don't know.
All right. I was informed that the LR lease is back in my court and I guess I apologize. I dropped that ball, so I will try and work forward on that. So. On to public comments.
Jen, do you happen to have a time for the blood drive?
3 to 7.
Thank you.
You ladies. Step
I have
up
a
and-
question.
Can you
You-
use the
you-
microphone?
You have to use the microphone. If you
Is
have
it
a
on?
mask too, I prefer you wear it.
I'm leaving right after my question is
All right.
Is
answered.
the microphone on?
Yes.
I was over at the Veterans Memorial there on Veterans Day. Excuse me. And the names that have been added since the original monument was put up is a disgrace. I don't know if you guys had painted in there or whatever you put in the letters. You can't read the names. It's not sticking, it's not adhering. Nobody goes up there. But I was up there on Veterans Day, so
It
nobody.
was a different company. It took me
3.5 years to find somebody that would come out here, to even engrave the names. And we did have them put the coloring in.
Well, the
But I haven't
coloring's not
looked at
there
it,
now. It's peeled off. You can't read the names. It's a disgrace to the veterans.
Right.
It really is.
Well, thank you for bringing it to our attention and now we can try to rectify it.
Okay, I would
We
appreciate
were not
that.
aware of it.
Okay, thank you, and I'm going. You have anything? Oh, you have something.
I took pictures of those, of the memorial. And if you wanted to see them, I could show it to you.
I'll be happy to go over and look. My name's on the wall, so I'm gonna go look too.
Yeah, I'll go
Was
over there
it-
tomorrow.
Was it added?
No, it's from the original.
You won't find it.
No.
It's like they're
He
completely
was on the
gone.
original part.
He was the ones on the original,
Sure.
Yeah, he was on the original.
So in reality,
because there's some added to every panel.
Right.
right,
And at the bottom, you cannot read them. You
they're
cannot
they're
see.
etched in, correct? So they just need to be filled in with paint, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
They're not
they're
handwritten
engraved.
on.
No.
They're etched
No.
in the stone. So all it just needs is repainting.
Mhm.
Yeah, because nothing is there. I noticed too, that on the original ones, that because of wear and tear, you'll see that part of the letters are coming off. And that's on the original.
The paint or the paint's coming
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
And maybe it's a special paint.
It is a special thing, because I talked to Cody when he was doing it. And my son
So-
used to say that too.
So I just wanted to let you know, I've got pictures if you wanted them.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
now that we're aware, it can be addressed and rectified.
Okay, thank you.
No,
Thank
thank you. Anything else from the board members? Linda, anything else?
No. Just, did you check your email, William? I sent you one the other day.
I did. I've been super busy. I will get it back to you. I apologize.
I understand. Thank you.
No problem.
Why did they fill them in with paint? I guess I don't quite.
To make it pop,
You gotta be able to see it.
because
Yeah.
otherwise marble on marble, it would just blend in.
Because it was red.
I thought you just
You- I
engraved the
can-
name into it. and you
No.
could-
They
Not
engraved
big
it
enough,
and
is
it's
that what
red.
No,
It's red.
it-
Now it looks.
marble is three-dimensional.
It blends in
It's a
'cause it's
three-dimensional
carved in the
stone, so
same-
when you engrave it, you're not gonna read it. You need the shadow
Mhm.
back.
I don't know.
material.
I thought it was like the wall that moved around that I've seen, you know. where they just-
It doesn't have light behind
So
it.
if it was black with a white stone on top, where you have a two-tone color, it would stand out that way.
Mhm,
But these are not. These are solid
mhm.
pieces of marble.
I think it's been that way for a while, but I mean, it's just harder to see without the etching, paint in the etching is what it.
Well, I just was wondering, because I just always thought that they were, you know, engraved in or however you want to.
They are in.
I know,
Well-
you would think that that's all you would need. You would need paint, but I
But
guess apparently I need to.
the
go
thing
and
is,
look at it. I've
the
seen it
original- the-
Before, I just never really paid
Yeah.
attention.
The original engraving, but the second engraving was done by a different person.
No, I get
Different
that, I
company,
get that.
so.
So, but the engraving should be the same. It's just the paint. So maybe they used the paint that wasn't quite as good as the old one.
Right.
Nothing stays forever, so.
Exactly.
You have to fix it one way or another.
It's
or-
coming up on 10 years. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. And we're.
Tammy, did you
honoring
get
our
my
veterans,
email?
So I'm good with
No.
that.
I'm sorry.
I sent you an email.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Nate made a motion to adjourn. Chris seconded. Any discussion?
I don't know.
I do it all in favor since we're all here.
Nope.
Roll call.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William.
Yes,
Jen.
7.
Yes.
7:29.